Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tech Down Over. It is Friday, September 9th, I think.
Yep.
And here we are. Well, September 10th for Jeff is September 9th for us. We do the cross-dimensional time and date thing.
That's right.
In fact, I have inside knowledge on everything that happened yesterday for him. That's our time. So it works well. You'd be surprised how much we can make on the stock market with that.
Yeah, that's why I'm still working a full-time job and not relaxing. So.
My phone? I don't even have my phone with me. No, I don't have a phone with me. That's not connected to anything. I heard a ding, but unless it was the PC or maybe one of the Macs.
I didn't hear anything through here anyway.
Yeah,
so.
I don't have my phone on at all. It's in the other room. Anyway, hi everyone. We are here. It is September. What was it? 9th. Sorry.
After we just
we were gone for so long for those couple of minutes. I thought a day had gone by. But anyway, and lots of new camera stuff to talk about. Lots of gear out there. Rode came out with something new that we can talk about on the show. They have a new HS2 headset 2. It looks like it has a better frame because the old one sucked. So hopefully they did that. And then the Fuji XT2 came out yesterday, and it is now available in stores if you can get one. It's hard to get. It became very popular overnight with a couple of the podcasts out there, and people going, wait a minute, that does 4K, and it does this, and it does that, and whoa, I want it. So, but I think I got my 2.
Oh, good.
I think. I don't know if he ever actually. It's on my desk, I think. Yeah, because I don't have it here. I was gonna ask Larry if I could announce that I actually have them, because technically I had to go down to the Playa Vista store to pick them up, which is further from the LA store. We buy a lot of gear from Sammy's Camera in Los Angeles, and Larry Leretana is our sales rep. Great guy. We've been working with thank you. We've been working with Larry for getting close, like 18 years.
Now, Rick, just before you start I know we've started the stream, but the recording.
Yes.
I'm just looking through the thing. I'm looking clear on my side, but you look a little bit fuzzy, even on the same shot. Is it just me looking at the camera, the monitor on a funny angle, or are you a little bit fuzzy?
I don't know. It looks okay, right?
Because mine looks sharp enough, even on looking on the same monitor.
I've been called other things, but never fuzzy.
You've got the Doris Day look. That's
Doris Day. I need freckles.
Just that soft appearance. But I think it's just the monitor.
No, nothing new yet from Sammy's, but I'll announce it anyway later.
Now, that's okay, Clark. You can leave it alone. I can see it as long as I know it's not affecting the show and it doesn't affect me. No, that's perfect anyway. Good.
Yeah, not sure. It's the same lighting. Everything's pretty much the same.
No, I think it's just the monitoring. It's just through the webcam that I'm looking at. Maybe that's just it. It's not the actual stream.
Yeah. I put on a filter so I don't scare children. That's the only thing.
That's the only thing with this live streaming. You still do have to do a bit of a pre-show, because if you just switch on, things just don't work.
They do sometimes.
It cuts off the first few seconds.
That's right.
It doesn't sync for about the first 30 seconds. And so if you go straight into it, you're in trouble.
That's true. And one of the things we should start up is getting the chat, if there is a chat, going on this. We should start telling people that we're going live, and then they can see the live chat. Oh, I just got a text. Maybe that was him.
Well, let me see if I can get in there. Let's see if I can while we're... Oops.
No, it wasn't Larry. It was my phone telling me I have to be on the show. So.
I hope that's somebody else doing my site rather than me.
Yeah, I know.
It's our new feature. You get to go to your website.
So, YouTube. Yeah, because I've, yes, with the live chat, but I've just got to figure out how to get to that for your Relate Corp.
RELATECASTS. RELATECASTS.
That there. Oh, to the dogs. Lead streaming now. It's got on there, so that's fun. Let's go into there.
Maybe. Are those 3 dogs your older dogs?
Pictures of the dogs live streaming there. Get into that.
That was his big dog.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he loves pointers.
You're still there, Rick? Or
I am still here. I'm just watching what you're doing.
I am my own.
No, you are accompanied. Hey, do we both have red shirts on? That's really weird. Do we coordinate on that one?
Are we there yet?
Yeah. Have you noticed that we both have red shirts on?
Oh, I try to keep one shirt. I keep it separate, so I just wear it for the show, so it doesn't clash with anything else. Because sometimes you get ones with lines on. I've just logged into the chat, and I'll just
see. Guys don't have that issue. If we were women right now, it'd be bad.
Let's see, what have I done now? I've lost the. It's got the little thing there.
Is that an Oscar de la Renta red shirt? No, it's an Oscar de la Hoya. Anyway.
Well, I'm into the chat, Rick, but what you can do, I think, when you do that is you make somebody a moderator. So, but I can still chat in the live chat. So.
Okay, so we are live right now, and there is a chat under RELATECASTS that you can come to. So go to www.youtube.com/RELATECASTS, RELATECASTS, one word, and hit enter. And you'll see the live stream, which you're probably in right now, and then you'll see the chat area.
And I got excited, thought, there's one person watching, but that's me.
Oh, okay. Well, if you have any questions to ask Jeff, just make them short, right?
I will do.
Jeff sends me a note this week, and he goes, "Why don't you just do the shows by yourself?" And I was like, "Huh? What?" He was talking about something else, and I was like, "Oh man, what happened?"
Yeah, you didn't say that. No, it was a bit of misunderstanding. I said because you did one on your the Panasonic. I said you did that. Oh, I said you should just do the shows by yourself. You was much more popular on your own than you were with me.
And I immediately thought, "Oh man, what happened, Jeff? Did I say something? Did we do something?"
I felt really bad after that because I thought I didn't mean it. It was a bit of a joke. So
and Leslie was saying, "What did you say? What did you do?" I don't know. I don't think I did anything, but I may have. So I'm trying to figure out what did I do.
It's a bit like I say to anybody. The bad thing about email and messages, what you say is what you say, but it's not what the person might take at the other end. Depends what they're doing at the time.
Yep.
Somebody could have just upset them, and then you take it a total, or else you're happy and you take it a different way. So,
so anyway, I think we're good. You want to start the show?
Yeah. Yep. We'll do that.
All right. So let's start the show recording in 3, 2, and 1. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Tech Down Over. It is September 9th, 2016. I'm joined by my good friend and co-host, Jeff Blanchard. He is the Down Under guy, and I'm the Up Over Here guy. Don't ask. That's what we came up with.
That's right.
Hi, Jeff. How you doing today?
Good, thank you. I was just thinking this week, I thought after our conversation before, said if we could change the name, if we're not going to buy anything, to Overtech.
Overtech.
Tech down.
It's over. There's no more tech. Yeah.
We're just Overtechs.
The Overtech lords. Yeah, that would.
That's all right. So we're not buying any more until the next.
We look very red today. By the way, if you're watching the recording, this was not a plan. We just both decided to become firemen overnight, and so we're wearing our red little shirts. But that's sort of funny because I see a lot of red on the screen right now.
That's right. It's just if we were very smart, we probably could touch the color and change the color, but we're not that smart.
Nah, it's not worth it. We're fine. But anyway, here's our intro. It's our intro, 15 seconds you'll never get back. So,
That's right.
Jeff, it's been a big week in the world of photography and video. A new camera. Now, I've been talking a lot with Ken Wheeler. He is the angry photographer. And, he loved the D500. Absolutely adored that Nikon D500. Well, it may be displaced a little bit in his love because he is loving the Fuji XT2. This is their brand new camera. It's the next incarnation, but like he said, 2-3 incarnations beyond the XT1. And I held the XT1. A friend of ours, Leva, in Belgium, had it. She got it free at Adobe Max last year. That's a very nice gift to give out. That's a $1,300 camera when she got it. And it felt very good in the hand, had a nice grip to it. It's not too small, not too large, but it felt good, kind of like the GH4 or like the FZ1000. They feel good. They don't feel badly in your hands. And I liked it when I saw it. It had good menus, had all the dials are on top, so you could do some nice stuff with it. Well, the XT2 has all of that. It's a little bit bigger, but now it has full 4K video, which you can record either up to 10 minutes without the speed booster grip, or you can do 30 minutes straight with the speed booster. And that's more than enough for most applications. You can always stop and start and create a brand new 30-minute clip. So very nice camera. And one thing about their battery grip, you can put 2 batteries in the grip. Novel idea. Something that Panasonic and Nikon don't do. You can only get 1 in the grip and 1 inside the body. So I like the fact that this one has 1 in the body and 2 in the grip. So you got 3 batteries, totaling about 4,000 milliamps or microamps when you look at it. So that's quite a bit if you total all 4. Individually, they're not great batteries. They don't seem to last probably more than an hour, hour and a half. But put them all together, you got a pretty good shooting day. If you're just shooting video or if you're doing a lot of photography, that should be pretty good. But he was talking about how this is really a game changer of a camera. The follow focus, the focus tracking on this camera from everything I've seen makes Canon look fuzzy. That's pretty good. That's actually pretty good. Canon had pretty good focus, at least it seemed good, not perfect with the dual pixel. It was better than some of the other ones, but this looks like it's better, cleaner, sharper, and really with fast-moving objects, it was keeping up. So I'm impressed with that. I will be picking up, hopefully, my 2 cameras tomorrow from Sammy's Camera. Larry Leiratana is our sales rep. He's in the video section of the Fairfax store. That is their main headquarters in the LA area, in the Fairfax area of Los Angeles. And looking forward to getting them and playing with them a bit, getting the batteries, getting about 2 or 3 lenses. They come with a kit lens, 16 to 55 millimeter kit lens, which looks actually pretty nice. It looked like a nice lens, not stabilized, but you just have to use good shooting principles. And then I think I'm getting the 24 millimeter, which in essence is the nifty 50. It's a 50 millimeter equivalent. And for more of a zoom, the 56 millimeter, which is really an 80 millimeter or 85 millimeter camera, because this is a crop sensor, so times all of your lenses by 1.5, and that's about what it really is if you went to an APS-C or full frame equivalent. So we shall see. Next week I'll have pictures.
The great thing with this camera, by the sounds of it, is, as I said, the focus. And one of the things I struggle with a lot, you can get the right settings to get everything looking right. And the damn thing, because when you're getting older, your eyes, you think things are in focus, but it's not. But if you've got something with an autofocus that does the best job, your pictures 50% of the time are going to turn out much better than they would do previously.
Yeah.
And unlike a professional photographer, they'll take tons of shots, but we're in the sort of one where, we take a shot, but it's gone. Which a professional photographer got things, a setup scene a lot of the time, so they can do the manual focus. But when it's on, you might get some things it picks out of focus and it's very, very infrequently. I've tried the experiment of switching the autofocus off and just doing it all by myself and then just letting the camera do it. And I can tell you now, the times of out of focus is far more often with the manual one than the autofocus. And when you look back at those shots that it has picked up on something you didn't want, it was the way you framed the down shot anyway that you think, well, yes, that was the prominent thing. I just wasn't looking at the shot. And you was also saying about it that one didn't have the stability in the lens.
Right.
But I don't think that's such a problem, because I think we all get fooled a bit with the image stabilizers, and we don't concentrate and keep the camera still enough anyway. And you still see they're not that 100% sharp even with the image stabilizers, because we say, oh, it'll take care of that.
Yep.
But as I said, when you do take that just extra care, you will take a better photo. So maybe without the image stable, it just makes you stand still, brace yourself,
yep,
and just concentrating on taking the shot rather than just picking it up, take it, and then you still, because you have this, the camera hasn't finished taking it, and you move it, and so they really do a damn good job when you think about how we abuse cameras, even when you know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. No, it's true, and one of the problems with, if you have a camcorders are really easy to stabilize, but the DSLRs are not. The lens is heavier in the front, so it tends to pull. And so you have to be a little careful. Now, Micro Four Thirds and APS-C sensors are a little bit easier to stabilize because usually it's not that heavy. However, when you start putting the big lenses on those cameras, no matter how stable it is, the big lenses are going to pull. And that's where you run into the problems of how do you shoot? Do you go on a tripod sometimes? Do you just stabilize? One of the best things is keep your arms in, so your arms are stabilized by being in your body, and then move your waist. And if you can do that, usually you can nail it without having too much problem. The other problem is when you're trying to shoot and walk at the same time. Well, without a stabilizer, a gimbal, it's really hard to do. No matter how stable that lens is, there's going to be some shake.
Yep, that's right.
And then here's the biggest mistake people make. They put it stabilized on a tripod. So the camera shakes itself.
Yes, that's the thing I found very quickly with the Panasonic. When you put it on the tripod and you have the image stabilizer on, it goes all wobbly. It's hard to explain, and you'll see other people's ones that have these image stabilizers on tripod, and it looks like it's all watery and liquid and all floating around there. But I think one of the best ideas, I think you've already done that, Rick, is getting the monopod with the little legs on it. Yes. Because that's not too inconvenient, leaving on the bottom of your camera. It's only inconvenient if you're one of those people that I used to be, a while back, was you take a few pictures and then you want to put the camera away to protect it. But when you get in the frame of mind, no, leave it out, because you'll never take pictures. If it gets damaged, well, that's what you bought the camera for, was to take pictures. If it's going to be in the case most of the time, don't bother. But putting it on a tripod and just holding it, and even then with a monopod, even some of the video shots without any, it just works so much better just on that stick.
Yeah, I don't have it with me, but I got the Benro monopod, which has the same head as the Benro tripod I have. So it's a very good fluid head right on a monopod. So you can turn, and you don't have to turn the whole monopod, just the head turns, and it's quite accurate. And it is a heavy tripod, though, so it's not something you want to hold. I mean, if you're holding it, it's pretty stabilized. That thing is heavy. It's probably, I think it's about 3-4 pounds, maybe 5. So that's not a light tripod, monopod, but it does have 3 feet that go under, that open up, and it helps. It's not going to stand up too easily by itself, though some people do that. I wouldn't trust it.
They're very risky.
A gust of wind will knock that over. Who was doing that was...
Corey Benoit.
Yes, Corey. And he did that. I'm looking at it going, he's got a $6,000 camera standing up, and oh my gosh. I thought I was waiting for an accident. I was going, oh, don't do that. Corey, no. But it didn't fall. Either that or he had somebody small that's just holding onto it at the bottom, but it did not fall. It could easily have fallen. That was a heavy camera on it.
But like you just said with that monopod, it's a heavy bit of equipment, and there's a lot of these ones that are nice and light, but that's part of the problem. If it's nice and light, that means it's going to wobble a bit, no matter how strong it is.
That's true.
But some of these bigger, hideous, horrible, heavy ones, but they don't move. So, and as I said, that one with Corey Benoit in New York going round, the quickness and the agility, he was able to just quickly pick it up, stabilize, put it down, take a shot.
And he had the production
video
camera
and everything.
I think he had the Blackmagic production camera on that one. One of the Blackmagics. That was a heavy camera, and it looked good. I love his reviews because he's always in New York. Does plenty to shoot, and he does a good job of them.
I was just thinking of that the other. I just went to the movies on Thursday, and I just watched the Clint Eastwood's latest movie, Sully. And a lot of that when he was running along the Hudson River, and there was those shots, and I thought that's where Corey was taking his shots, and that was
interesting. Yeah.
So I remember things from YouTube reviews rather than movies.
How was the movie?
It was excellent. I really enjoyed it, so I can recommend it highly. I think it got released here 2 days before it's released there.
Okay. Yeah. Now, is Clint Eastwood the director?
Yes.
Okay, so he's not in it.
No, he's not in it. So
he's a good director.
He's good. It's Tom Hanks is the star of that, but it's a very good film.
He's Sully.
Very enjoyable.
Tom Hanks is Sully.
Yes, that's right. Yeah,
that was a good story. I mean, in reality, the guy saved that plane.
It's just when you get to some parts, it gets so emotional, and you just think you're getting so emotional because you're so happy that you just can't believe. Even now, like you think about tragedies and you can't believe it. This was because it was so happy that they did. You just still can't believe it that somebody landed a plane on the Hudson River and nobody died.
No, and full of he had just taken off, so he was full. He had a full load of things that can burn you quickly. And there was no fire. They were lucky. And he landed it perfectly.
And also, as well, it was winter, I think, so the Hudson River, even people being exposed to the water kill them in 10, 15 minutes.
That's true. That's true. Well, they had the rafts out and everything, didn't they?
They did. It was just, by the sounds of it, the coincidence that everybody was around. There was ferries around that could get to the plane. There was people all. If there hadn't been there, there could have been a lot of people would died from exposure or something if they hadn't got there. But everybody just did the job perfectly. So it was.
I think I may rent that movie when it comes out on rental.
Very well. I'm going to get it when it does come out because I think it's good to have. But I got some deals on some cheap theatre tickets, so I thought as soon as it came out, I thought I'm going to see that. So.
That sounds fun. And I think the only person who got hurt, or one of the few, was one of the flight attendants.
Yes, but then she just got a slash on the foot or something.
And she broke her ankle or something. I can't remember. And maybe one other person, but that was it.
Yeah, but there's nobody seriously injured. So, and at the end of the movie, which was quite fitting, at the end of the movie, in the credits, they had a shot of the proper Sullenberg, the pilot, the real one, and the passengers. They all got together in the hangar, and I think they must have had the plane there in the hangar, but they had just a get together in the hangar. So that was good to see all the passengers that they could round up from that flight.
Yeah, that's good. Interesting. Yeah, good positive story for today.
Yes, that's right. Nothing about tech, but sorry about that.
Yeah,
but that was just saying about Corey's filming in New York City and that. But as you said, it's such a lovely place just to go around and take some photos.
Yeah.
So you might have to go there, Rick, when you get your Fujis.
Well, I'm planning. We're either going to go in December or mid to late January for a client visit, and we go to Stamford, Connecticut. But we always probably go to New York, and I've got some other friends and some of the people at Trivantis we know live in New York, so we'll probably visit some people we know there. It should be fun to take. The last time I took pictures with the D750, and I thought they came out really well. The sharpness of that camera was good, and I'm looking forward to taking video and pictures with the Fuji XT2. So it'll be fun. Now, there are rumors that at Photokina, which is in about another week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, Panasonic may announce the GH5. They may also announce an FZ2000. So there's been rumors about that. So that will be very interesting to see what they do with both of those. I think the FZ1000 was a pretty good seller for them because it became a very good blogger camera.
And I've noticed now they're all out. No, you can't get them anywhere now. So the people, I was suggesting it to a friend, and I was looking online, and you can't find it anywhere. So they don't have a current equivalent to it at the moment. So, but then again, if it's a good camera, like if I was looking for a camera now again with what I know, I wouldn't get the FZ1000. I would get the GH4 equivalent. But I only got that because it's just to dip my fingers in the water, or toes in the water, as it were, to see what the Panasonic product was like.
Yeah.
But definitely, if the GH5 comes out and it's got all these better things, I would love to have a look at the GH5.
Yeah, and I'm
as you
hearing
said,
that
that's what Photokina's for. It's sort of the equivalent to NAB, but for the photography side, if it's just a still side.
Right. It should be actually pretty interesting. And the GH5, there's rumors that it will have 6K instead of 4K, so you have even more cropping area later on in post.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping they do a dual card slot. I don't care what anybody says. I hate single card slots. I like having two. It's security.
Yes.
You know, I've had cards go bad on me. SanDiscs, but who's talking? They're the only ones that have ever gone bad on me. My Transcends have never, ever, ever gone bad. SanDiscs, 2. And I'm saying 2. That's a lot. And they went bad on shoots, so we couldn't use what we shot. That was bad. I won't buy SanDisk anymore because of that, unless I'm forced to it. I don't think we have any.
And a lot of the cameras that do have the dual slots, like you were saying, the concentrate on pictures and video. So a lot of the cameras do have that. So it does the video on one slot and the stills on another, which makes it quite easy. I don't know about you, but it's not that awkward, but I do like to have it separated. It's nice just to have all your shots on one card and all your video on another, but it still is another one for the professionals. Good, so you can have a relay, so it'll do a duplicate. So if one card fails, you've got a backup of the other, and that's probably the main thing for the professionals that they need. And that's one thing that's killing the Sony for the professional market, I think, at the moment. Not that it doesn't do a lot of recording, it's more so that you don't have that dual slot.
No, and for a professional camera, I don't care what anybody says. They're all on there going, I don't care, I don't need 2 slots, I'm wonderful, I never had an issue. Bullshit. Excuse me. I didn't really say that. Beep. But it is. It's BS. It's total BS. You're better off with 2 slots, no matter what anybody says. And if you're doing professional work and you have no backup, good luck. Because SD cards can go bad, and they do go bad. And, why risk it? Unless you have an external recorder. I'll give you that. If you have an external recorder, that's your backup.
That's right.
Though on some of the cameras, your external recorder only writes to that and not to your camera. So there you go again. Now you have no backup.
But then again, if you've got an external recorder, you're not taking very good shots because you've got that big clunky thing attached to it. You just don't want that. You're just
That's
not
more
getting
video.
in there.
That's probably more for video. Because usually in video, you're probably on a tripod half the time. And so it won't matter that much. But I like having 2 slots. The Fuji had 2 slots. I hope the GH5 puts in 2 slots. I hope they don't go, well, Sony doesn't have 2 slots. We don't need it either. Screw Sony. We need 2 slots.
You can see for the future, though, one of the good things I could think that I would like to see in a camera is, I don't know if they do it now, but I don't think the speeds are fast enough. But when you get Wi-Fi and that up to a stage where there's no lag, wouldn't it be great if you could have your local area network just when you're filming, and everything you do on all your cameras is being recorded and backed up, that you're just transmitting it without any loss of quality?
That is going to come.
That'd be great.
There is talk right now that NDI, the network device interface that we're using currently with our show today, what you're seeing, Jeff is on a Mac Mini, which is through NDI sending the signal over to our video workstation, and vMix is processing everything, which is our switching software. Well, they are talking that in the future cameras will have NDI. They will be able to connect directly to your network, and you'll be able to do exactly what you just said. And that's going to be cool.
Because then, even though you've got your 2 slots, wouldn't that be just great that you've got like a television station, haven't you? You could have the local thing stuck in your van or something at an event. If you could do that and have everything recording all in one area, as well as having the copy on the camera. So
but you can see
another backup.
But you can see the comedy out of that, right? All right, everybody connect to the network. Password, please.
Yeah.
Anybody know the password? No.
But I mean, even if you did that, you could do like some people who's doing weddings. You could actually offer a service like, okay, I'll get somebody that's sat back in the office that's got the feed, putting a live feed together just putting it on a monitor.
Oh, sure.
And just doing live feeds of what's going on at a reception. I mean, wouldn't that be great just to see the bride getting ready? You're at the wedding and see everybody coming, getting in the cars before they've even left home, and putting a little show together. If you could do those sort of things, but it's just time and distance at the moment that's not allowing that. So, but.
Yeah, it's definitely
doing
interesting.
that professionally, but not for the likes of us. But the
So
possibilities
Jeff,
are there.
We've talked about what I want, things I want, and things I don't want. What are you looking for? What's in your little Christmas wish list for your toys and everything else that you want? You haven't bought anything in lately. You've been quiet.
No. I was just saying to somebody else the other day, I've gone cold turkey this year. I promised myself I'm not going to buy any decent thing this year. I'm going to have a year off from buying anything and just using the equipment I do have. And when you do things like that, it will tend to make me lust for something a bit better because I might find there's something I can't do. But we get into the trap of just buying something because it's got a new feature, does that. But then you think, well, did I really need that? No. Does it make anything different to my life? No, it doesn't. But I'm just waiting for something special to come out. Like we had this week, I know everybody's talking about the iPhone 7 release. But
it looked that good.
Then that didn't do much for me.
You agree, right? Wasn't that boring?
It sort of didn't do much for. I think the only thing that's good for Apple's thing is because poor old Samsung had their problems, so they'll double their sales just because of an issue that happened with another brand.
Yeah, the new Apple iPhone kind of looked like anti-Viagra. I don't know. It just seemed dead. There was no life to it. There was nothing that exciting about it. They're still using IPS screens, which don't look as good as OLEDs, and I'm going, I don't get it.
And one of the main things was there was saying probably was about going from a 128 gig. They've got a 128, but to a 256 gig hard drive, and then they've replaced the standard button on it with the Force Touch, which means it doesn't move at all, but it just appears to move. You feel like it's moving, and you can also shoot your photos in RAW on the camera.
That's why you need 256.
That's what I was going to say. That's the downside of that, is it will take up a lot of it. But then again, I suppose if you're just out and about and you just need a couple of really good shots, if you didn't have your proper camera, that would be handy. But those sort of people never would leave go out with their phone. And then did you see the like I said, they took their headphone socket out of it.
I was just going to say that.
But the earphones have got just the standard like earphones, but with a lightning connector.
And they can fall out because there's no over the ear to keep them in.
Well, that's just the same horrible ones that they had before, the earphones.
No, these were the new ones. They have like a little thing that comes down with the microphone, I think.
Oh, no. As I said, there's the ones that are in the box, just like the normal headphones.
Oh, you have to pay for the other ones.
Yes, you have to. That's what I'm getting to. The standard ones are just like the standard headphones, but go into the lightning connector that go in nicely.
Yeah.
Then you've got they're called the earpods.
Yes, earpods.
The EAR pods. Yeah. And then they've got another one called the AirPods, AIR pods. And the AirPods just look like the standard headphones where they've cut them off, and they've got little dangly things, so you look like you've got little earrings on, but they're the Bluetooth ones. But I don't know, get this, they're $159.
I know. And then you're going to get the customer support calls. Hello, I've got air in my ears. You've got air in your ears. Yeah, I've got air in my ears. What do I do? Pull it out.
But then again, this is said with everything. There'll be people who will say, how could they get rid of the earphone socket and all that? But then in 6 months' time, everybody will follow suit.
Oh, sure.
And say, why didn't we think of it before? But I was just saying to somebody else the other night, I can remember when the first iPhone, and what's the first thing everybody said? Oh, never work. They've got rid of all the keys. There's only one button on it.
Yep.
And then they said there's no phone with any buttons on it apart from for keying the phone number.
But I don't think
days.
Apple controls the message anymore.
Mm.
I don't think anybody cares that much about them like they used to. They haven't really come up with that much new stuff to make you go, ooh, I really want that. I don't know if they've announced any new iMacs yet. It's been quite a while since they've had a new one, and it's like, anybody care? I don't know.
But like they were saying, though, in the total industry, it's not something you can blame them for. But
No.
when they've had something, there's been a lack of something in the market. But now, like they said, they haven't replaced the iMacs or done much. But what is there to do? There's no real startling technology that... Well, what can they do? They can increase the memory. Well, they've made it 4K, 5K. Do they make the monitor 8K that doesn't do any difference?
No, it's not even worth it. That's just a gimmick. They don't have bigger monitors. They're still thick. I mean, what's a 34-inch monitor, 32-inch monitor? That's what's out there now. And the iMacs is slow compared to a good PC. They really are. They're not even close to as fast. I built a machine recently at home that had an 8 gigabyte video card. Try getting that on a Mac. And it is super fast. We rendered an hour-and-a-half video in 5 minutes. I was going, wow. All the fans were going crazy, but it was really cool watching. Try doing that on a Mac through Thunderbolt. Good luck. It'll take you probably an hour and a half.
And that's what they say these days. It's, the want to concentrate on is the video. So it's a GPU that's the most important, because the CPU, well, everything, it's doing it as fast as it can. It's the graphics processor that's the one that's holding nearly everything up. And let's face it, if it wasn't for the graphics on these computers these days, we could still do everything we probably wanted to do on the old 286 machines.
Yeah, that's true. You just have to wait about 3 weeks for a render.
But that's what I said. If it wasn't for video, that's the only thing we've had to got these big, powerful machines is to do all this video work and photography and all that. But back in the days of 286, you never did any video on that.
That's
but
true.
All the normal Excel, Word, and all those types of things, they still did okay on a cheapy old 286 machine. But we've got bigger, and bigger, and as we do that, our programs take more, look better, feel better, but they're still, in general, to do the same sort of job. I know, that we've got Word and all these different things do a lovely job, look very proficient, but they're still only doing a document after all, aren't they?
That's true.
It just makes it easier for the end user to do it. Whereas in the old days of before WYSIWYG came in, you'll remember Word Perfect.
Yep.
When you had to put a command before a word and then after it to make it bold.
I remember that. That was fun. Actually, Word Perfect worked pretty well.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, Jeff, just so you know, Jacqueline is coming back to help us with guests and with all of our social media.
Oh,
We'll be doing that remotely because she's not living around here anymore, but she will be helping us.
Oh, good.
So we're looking forward to having guests and everything again, because I don't have time to really go after guests like she does. She was good at it. She'd call people, so she's probably watching this right now.
Now, one of the things you were saying, Rick,
Jacqueline.
was about, say, my wish list. I see that you're selling your Ronin M because you don't use it.
We don't use it.
I would love to be in the same country so I could get a cheap Ronin M off something. I know that something's only been used for church on a Sunday.
It's never been used.
I know, that's what I mean. But just said, I'm being kind, you see.
It's been sitting on a table just looking like, hey, that's cool. What is it? It's a Ronin M. What do you guys use it for? Decor.
You know what you should do, Rick, before you sell it, set it up in the studio there and use the remote control so you can do a good electronic pan around the studio.
It can fly around us, yeah.
Yeah, because you can
No,
do
but then
that.
I would have to say it's been used. It's never been used.
Or sit it on its stand, but sit it on its stand, or get it on the stand and stick it in the tree out in the parking lot, and sit back and use the remote control to filming people coming in like that. So.
That's true, but no, it's going away. So's the Canon 5 DSR. That's going away too.
Yeah, and the 80D.
And the 80D, I like it, but you know what? It's not great. There's too many limitations. I thought it would have a little more professional features for what we needed. Didn't have it. No HDMI out, no 4K video, and I just went, I'm not compromising anymore.
No.
It's got to have 4K. It's got to have fast focus. I'm just, now it had an articulating screen. That was nice. The Fuji only has a partial articulate. It goes up and down and halfway to the side. It's kind of odd.
Yes, it's a funny one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a little odd. It's like they couldn't figure out how to do the articulating. I mean, why not just go the whole way? God, live a little, man. Just do it. But they didn't. But I'm not compromising. I don't want cameras that just have some features. I want it all. Then no camera is perfect. There's no such thing as...
I was just going to say you'll be waiting a long time.
No, none of them are perfect, but there are things you can do to make it better. And, I mean, I don't want to compromise anymore. I do like the 5DSR. It does take good pictures. Video is a compromise. It's not built for video. It doesn't have a headphone jack. You have to only do video in autofocus if you really want to get anything out of it. Because it does have focus mode, but it's so-so. And if you also can't get rid of the screen, if you're trying to use the HDMI out, then you have to take it out of autofocus because it will show you all of the screen elements. Really strange quirks. And for us, really, we shoot more video than photos, so we're sticking with things that shoot video.
But wouldn't it be great if you could have cameras a bit like when the computer industry, well, they still do, we could go online and say, oh, okay, I want my Canon 80D or whatever it is. That's the base.
Yes.
Now, do you want a fixed screen or an articulated screen? No, I want an active. So you could say, do you want 4K? How much of a 4K do you want? If you have this one, the body's going to be twice as big in the back. But wouldn't it be great if you could just click and customize your own? Oh,
I would love to see. I would love to see Sony do that. You could have something like, would you like an ergonomic model? Yes. Would you like it a little larger? Yes.
Yeah.
You want the heating or the non-heating model? Oh, I want the heating, of course, because it's cold in winter. Perfect. Yeah.
But I mean, you could have things like that. As I said, this is the same camera like you do in PCs. You can make a computer up, and you can have it in a nice small container, but you can have it in one of those monster containers.
Yes.
So if you want it to be stable, and the same thing with cameras. You say, I want all that quality of the Sony, but I want it in the size factor of a Canon 80D or even a slightly bigger. Because no matter with those cameras, no matter how small they are, the lens is so damn big.
I know.
It doesn't matter, and you want that stability to hold the camera steady. You don't care about it being, and like you said, sometimes, and I know a lot of people with big hands, your hands just don't sit, you can't hold it properly, and you're frightened of losing it, and that's okay.
I don't know why this reminded me of that, but I worked at a shop one time where we had a very large DEC. Remember DEC, Digital Equipment Corporation? DEC computer.
Yeah.
And then our publishing system, we had this big thing for advertising and publishing. It was a Wang. Remember the Wang systems? They were popular for word processing and everything. And I used to always tell people we have a big DEC and a little Wang.
It's like the old Olive. I was thinking about some of the old brands. The Olivetti, you never hear of them too much these days.
It's the only one that came with actually a little bit of olive oil for the print. Yeah.
So as I said, Rick, if I was there, I would have taken your Canon 80D and the Ronin, because I think that would be a good combination to put together with that.
They could both fit. It'll work with the 80D.
It will do, and because it's just a nice size. Because the Ronin as well, if you put something too light on it, doesn't work either.
I'm thinking of getting the Ronin gimbal, the handheld one.
Oh, okay.
Not Ronin, but the DJI gimbal. There's some other ones too. Because to me that makes more sense for the kind of shooting we do. Because otherwise you're running around like this with your hands wide open. You can't even see it in here. But I'm running around like, and it just doesn't look that good. I mean, and we don't shoot that kind of video usually. If we're doing more movies, we do corporate video. A gimbal is more than good enough, and half the time you can be stabilized just with a monopod. And
that's right. You just got to just take care. Whereas the other one's probably okay if you're running around and doing a lot all over. But just,
we have the Osmo. We have the Osmo if we want to shoot like that.
That's great.
And the Osmo's good. You can get pretty good video out of that. And you can record your audio into it, or just have a field recorder.
And what I've found with the Osmo as well, even without monitoring it, it does a fairly good job when you just point it in the right direction of getting what you want. Even without having because I go use it a lot without having the phone connected, so I'm not watching what I'm doing. But usually the things I'm doing, it doesn't really matter that much. Yeah. But it does a damn good job of getting where you think you're pointing it at all the time.
Well, I like how you can turn it to selfie mode while you're talking. It just spins and looks at you. It's like,
that's right.
But it's kind of fun because if you want to narrate what you're doing and all of a sudden you want to make a point, you can. you press the button twice and it just spins back into regular mode. I think it's fun.
Only thing wrong with that, the Osmo, is the walking, the up and down. But they've also got an XY adapter that you can get to stop that. Because, but even then, when I put it on the bicycle, all the rattling and shaking, it doesn't move a bit. But it's usually when you're walking up and down, that's where. But if you have that extra on there, it's perfect.
Okay,
It does such a good job.
Well, Jeff, we are at the end of our show. We went about 10, 12 minutes longer than we were supposed to, but that's us.
Dear.
We do that. We did 40 minutes. What did we do, 40 minutes?
37
we had
minutes. We had one person watching on the stream, and then they went, so they've been watching for a while. So we had one live person watching.
Okay, and they left?
Yeah, just left now by the looks of it.
You know, that's rude. You never leave in the middle of a performance. It hurts our feelings.
That's right. So if we're going to get our feelings hurt, you just don't do this at all.
Don't do that. I mean, we're sensitive human beings. We're very caring individuals, and that just hurts. and screw you for leaving. Yeah, no, but I'm just kidding. They're mean. They're not nice to us. But anyway, so I'll let you know if I got the cameras or not. I still don't know. I don't think I got any texts. I haven't felt any vibrations or anything coming in. So let's see. Anything from Larry? Nope, Larry's not there. So maybe we'll go tomorrow. Maybe we won't.
Is that still your Galaxy Note 7?
Yeah, but I got to turn it in. This is. I don't want to just keep it. Look, if I explode, I explode. I'll get a new one. But no.
Before we go, did you see on the news there this fella in Florida lost his Jeep because his Galaxy was charging it on in the car, and it caught fire and burnt the car to
You're
pieces.
Kidding?
No, you have a look for
maybe I do want to get rid of it.
Note 7 burned Jeep out in Florida.
Wow.
So just look, that was quite. But as I said, don't use it. There can be. As I said, if you're charging it, watch it. Don't leave it alone.
Right.
So.
Wow. Yeah, I think tomorrow we're shipping it back, or I think we sent for the new one to come, and then they'll send you a new one, and you ship this one back. Such a pain. I don't mind.
Yeah, it is.
I don't mind that they're doing a recall. I just hate the day or two it takes to set these stupid things up. It's a pain. Got to remember every password you forgot. All that stuff. It's just fun.
Yeah, but that's I suppose that's one thing I like with the Apple one. You can back it up, and then if you get a new one, just say yep, and it does it all itself.
It's pretty fast. I mean, it will back up pretty quickly, but it's a pain.
It's a pain still.
But anyway, well, hey Jeff, you have a great weekend. I know you're already in your weekend. Have a great remainder of the weekend, and I'll let you know if we got any gear in. Maybe not. And I'll let you know what kind of lenses we got and stuff. But I'm looking forward to the Fuji. It should be fun. When you come out next year, if you do make it out, we'll have some fun shooting some videos out here.
That'd be great.
So we'll be sitting on the living room floor playing like little kids.
Yeah, that's right. All new equipment. So.
That's right. Well, anyway, you have a good one. And if you're watching the show and haven't left, thank you. If you've left, well, come on. Seriously, we appreciate you. And we'll see you next week on Tech Down Over. Have a good one, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye for now.